Hey, welcome back. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about, do you need a website for your business? In this video, I've got several points to make. And the point number one is, why would someone choose you to work with? And point two is, no reviews? No way. Let's imagine here. You're in a new city you've never been to before. You're there with your friends. You're sitting at the hotel and you're like, hey, where are we gonna eat dinner? And you get on your phone and you wanna impress your friends because you wanna take them out to a nice dinner, like a nice atmosphere and great food. Are you gonna choose the restaurant that has no website and maybe a Google My Business, but they've got one review, maybe 3 stars? Or are you gonna choose a website that has, 5-star reviews and they have a website and it's okay, it explains the menu and all that? Or are you gonna choose the website that has like all the ambiance? Like they've got video of people having a nice time and enjoying wine and drinks and great hors d'oeuvres and appetizers with 500 5-star reviews? Which one would you pick? The one with no reviews, the one with a couple reviews, or the one with the ultimate experience? We all know the answer. So that kind of explains, do you need a website? And it can't just be a website. It needs to be a website with reviews, a website with video. We just started a brand new, everyone knows me as the land shark. I'm the land guy, the land man. We just started a brand new website, and we found out of our first 900 visitors in the first week we've got this website, we have an engagement of over 3 minutes on the homepage most of the time. And this reason why we have 3 minutes of engagement is because there's a flashy, nice video of me talking and presenting our land and what we do. But that one thing has held engagement, and it's also boosting our ranking on Google, where people are finding us. We sell land overnight while we're sleeping with this website. Yes, you absolutely need a website for your business. So I mentioned that we're in 2021. Everyone buys things online now. We scope out the website, we check out the Google My Business. And Google My Business is free, and websites are very, very inexpensive. You got things like Squarespace, and my business is real estate. I like to use a program called, oncarrot.com. It's another website that I use for my real estate. So people are buying everything online, and do we actually buy things like that don't have like reviews on them? Like, take it to Amazon.com. Are you the person that's looking for like 2,500 5-star reviews? Or are you the guy that just buys it randomly and just takes your chances? We are looking for reviews. We're looking for people like to show like, hey, this relevant product, it works, it's great. And we don't want to take the risk. We want to kind of go and see what other people are saying about it before we actually do it. Same thing with reviews, same thing with your website. So it's not just about having a website for your business. Yes, that's an absolute must, but you want to have reviews. You want to have videos from your actual customers on there talking about your product that you sell. All right, I want to talk to you about a personal story in my life before I actually had a website for my land selling business. So before, when I was kind of haphazardly buying and selling land, I didn't have a website. I didn't have the money. I thought I needed a lot of money for a website. I thought I needed all this tech background, but I didn't have a website showcasing all the beautiful land that I have available. When it really hit me that I knew we needed a website was when we started getting land that was sitting for a while, and we had customers asking us like, hey, do you have a website? I can go and look at other land. And like the dark times of not having a website really kind of stunted our sales. So after we started building the website, I found someone on Upwork.com to help me get this website built and ready to go. And this was one of my first ones. So I've had multiple ones, and I now have an in-house guy that he's just phenomenal, Miggs. He's developing our website. You can go on overnight and buy land. We're constantly building a buyer's database, but I'll get into all that. But I want to kind of tell you how I did it. I went on Upwork.com and I found someone in India. She was actually studying to get her PhD, but she was super smart on building websites. So I used her to help me optimize everything. We got everything like where Google would recognize us. She built a shopping cart. She started posting my land on there and putting descriptions of everything like, hey, this one's got a waterfall. Hey, this one's got mountain views, and actually showing video and pictures. We literally had people going and clicking to buy the land, and we would receive payments while we were sleeping. But here's another awesome pro tip about this. I talk about in other videos of building a land buying list, a waiting list for parcels of land. Every time people would go to look at our showcase properties, our actual parcels of land that we sell in my land company, they would have to fill in their email. That was the only requirement that we wanted to do, was get their email address to where they could see our land. Here's what happened also, because we would put a video in front of it and we would start building know, like, and trust. We would start building credibility with them, and they would want to see when we got other parcels of land available. So they would put their first name and their last name, and these were optional fields for them to fill in, but they would put their first name, their last name, their phone number, their email, how they heard about us, and that's all we asked. We have built a buyer's list of over 5,000 people looking for land to buy. So if I've got 5 or 10 parcels of land available, 5,000 people, I can sell to them very quickly. When I get a parcel of land, usually the second we get the videos and the pictures up on the website, we're selling that. We're securing their down payment and their doc fee within 24 hours. These are some of the things that a website has done for me. It gives us credibility, and not just credibility, but when you add a video to your website and they see who they're talking to on the other end of the phone, who they're doing business with, it is so much easier to get a down payment and a doc fee. And I'm just talking about my specific business, which is land. So comment below, if you visited a business that didn't have a website or didn't have a Facebook page or didn't have a Google My Business, which is free, by the way. If you did visit this business, how did that turn out? Or maybe you bought something on Amazon that you didn't check the reviews. Like, tell me how that experience went out. I'm looking for, some feedback here. Hopefully what I'm saying is resonating. And if you had a success story, tell me that too. All right, another point. Google My Business. We're all using, or me especially, I love the Google Maps app. So I will look them up and I'll see the reviews on that app, and I'll also get driving directions and actually a phone number. So Google My Business is actually a free service that Google offers. So you have to go in, you create a Gmail account, and then you apply for Google My Business, and they will send you an actual postcard in the United States Postal Service. And usually, generally, it takes like 3 to 5 days, but you've got to get that postcard because it's verifying your actual physical address. And that's very important with Google My Business. Like, you can't use a post office address. I see a lot of people using their home address, which I don't recommend. You never want a stranger showing up to your house that you have not invited. So I use my office address. I used a UPS box in the past, an actual UPS physical box. So they give you a suite number and a box number, so it almost looks like you have a suite C, 155 type thing is your suite, but you can use that too. I know Google's kind of cracking down on that, so you're way safer using an actual physical location. There's co-working and shared spaces that offer this for like $25 a month for you just to have an address. Maybe you're trying to build business credit. That helps as well. They want to see a physical office address location on those things, especially Google My Business. So you'll get this card and you'll have to put that code in there, and then voila, you're in business. This will get you so much traction. People will be able to find you. They'll be able to find your phone number, your website, and even drive to your location if you have a brick and mortar location, if you want them driving there. So let me break it all down. You might not be a tech guy. I'm not a tech guy either. You can hire people that are so much smarter on this stuff than you are. I have a saying, I do what I do best and I contract out the rest. When I started looking to build a website, I wasn't trying to build Facebook or Instagram or, some robust website. It was super simple. It was, what's my business name? What's my story? What's my background? My face, a video of me explaining what we do, and then I started adding my team members, putting my team members' bios, their faces, because that gave us credibility as a company. And then when we started doing business with people, we started getting video testimonials of them or pictures of them doing business with us or a quick email from them. Guys, video killed the radio star. It might sound like scary doing video, but you're watching this YouTube video right now. You're not listening to a podcast right now or a radio station. Video is so powerful because it gives your business credibility almost immediately. All right, so everyone knows me as the land shark, the land man. I teach people how to buy and sell vacant raw land and make a massive passive income. I talk to you about my website on here, how I earn income from it. If you're at all interested in buying and selling land, buying it at a massive discount and selling it at a premium retail price and building yourself an absolute fortune and massive passive income, then head over to thelandsharks.com to learn more. Book a call with my team. We'll see if we can help you and guide you through the way, and I'd be honored to coach you.